Hello students! Welcome to Grade 10 Science Lesson. And I'm your teacher, Ma'am Marianne Soriano. When you were in grade 5, you have learned about the different parts of the male and female reproductive systems. You have learned also from our previous lesson the hormones produced by the male and female reproductive glands. Let's find out more the role of hormones in male and female reproductive systems. Lesson 3. The role of hormones in female and male reproductive systems. The human female and male reproductive cycles are controlled by the interaction of hormones from the hypothalamus and anterior pituitary with hormones from reproductive tissues and organs. In both sexes, the hypothalamus monitors and causes the release of hormones from the pituitary gland. When the reproductive hormone is required, the hypothalamus sends a gonadotropin-releasing hormone or GnRH to the anterior pituitary gland. This causes the release of follicle-stimulating hormones or FSH and luteinizing hormones or LH from the anterior pituitary gland into the blood. Remember that the body must reach puberty in order for the adrenal glands to release the hormones that must be present for GnRH to be produced. Regulation of reproductive hormone secretion in males. At start of puberty, the hypothalamus will release GnRH to stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to produce and release LH and FSH. The FSH and LH released by the pituitary gland will travel into the male reproductive system. Follicle-stimulating hormone enters the testes and stimulates the Sertoli cells to begin facilitating spermatogenesis using negative feedback. Luteinizing hormone also enters the testes and stimulates the interstitial cells of Leydig to make and release testosterone into the testes and the blood. The main functions of the hormone testosterone are the following. It stimulates spermatogenesis, and also for the secondary male sexual characteristics just like deepening of the voice, the growth of facial, axillary, and pubic hair, and the beginnings of the sexual urge. A negative feedback system occurs in the male with rising levels of testosterone acting on the hypothalamus and anterior pituitary to inhibit the release of gonadotropin-releasing hormones, follicle-stimulating hormones, and luteinizing hormones. The Sertoli cells produce the hormone inhibin, which is released into the blood when the sperm count is too high. This inhibits the release of GnRH and FSH, which will cause spermatogenesis to slow down. However, if the sperm count reaches 20 million per milliliters, the Sertoli cells stop the release of inhibin and the sperm count increases again. Regulation of reproductive hormone secretion in females. The female reproductive system is also regulated by hormones. The GnRH from hypothalamus stimulates the pituitary gland to release the hormones FSH and LH into the ovaries. The luteinizing hormones and follicle-stimulating hormones stimulates the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is the reproductive hormone in females that assists in endometrial regrowth, ovulation, and calcium absorption. It is also responsible for the secondary sexual characteristics of females. These include breast development, flaring of the hips, and a shorter period necessary for bone maturation. Progesterone are released from developing follicles. It also assists in endometrial regrowth and stops or inhibits the release of FSH and LH. In addition, follicle-stimulating hormone stimulates development of egg cells called ova, which develop in structures called follicles. Follicle cells produce the hormone inhibin, which inhibits or stops the releasing of follicle-stimulating hormones. This gives negative feedback in the female reproductive system. Always remember that hormones play an important role in both male and female reproductive systems. With the help of the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland controls the functions of both testes and the ovaries. These hormones keep the reproductive system properly functioning. I hope you learned and enjoyed our lesson. This is Marianne Soriano. See you in the next lesson.